Oh, that's the end of the song? Oh, I thought it was gonna go on for about another 15 seconds, but then brrr. Okay, let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Kiara Strings. I'm a trans woman, and this is the Early Stream. And welcome to another special occasion. DJ, how are you? Welcome on in. I haven't seen you in a long while. How have you been? Let me give you a. Let me. First, I'm going to give Deathly a shout out because, um, I missed your stream. Oh my god. I went to bed earlier than usual. I went to bed for like 11 hours. And then the one time I actually went to bed early and got up reasonably early, you have wrapped up your stream and I'm like, "Damn it." And I know it was a short stream. I know it was because most of your streams are fairly short. Like your longest stream I remember was about 2.5 hours when you and DJ were at that abandoned mall. About a couple of years ago. Um, Wait, it was last year. It was actually like last winter, like last February, I think. February or March, yeah. So, I hope that your stream went well. No, I'm pretty sure it did. Like, I'm glad that you streamed, but I was talking the whole time that the shout out thing was there. But if you're not following the Deathly Darling, go follow them. They are absolutely amazing. I'll give DJ Alpha Omega a shout out when the shout out cools down. Um, because, my God. Um, But yeah, I'm glad that your stream went. It was good. Some mild technical stuff, but that's to be expected. Still, even though I was only there for about a minute and a half, I'm glad that you had I'm glad that your stream went well. I would have rooted for you, but I was asleep. Like I'm still kind of tired. Like my God. I've been still so tired. Um, yeah, I'm so tired, a little bit so tired. Um, but like, but I'm glad with mild technical stuff aside, everything went well. Um, yeah, I'm glad that everything went well. Oh my God, hold on. I thank you, stream setup for, because I almost gave the Deathly Darling another shout out. DJ Alpha Omega, that's what I wanted to do. See how tired I am? It's 3:53 in the morning. Um, and I'm hoping that I wouldn't touch my D20, and I'm really tired. But if not following DJ Alpha Omega, you probably have followed him at this point. Follow both of them. They are both amazing people. They're super welcoming. So please go follow the both of them. Um, uh, Let me see. So I have an announcement, kind of, sort of. Well, if you saw in the title. So as of today, I have been on 36 months HRT. Yeah, it's been 37 months. 37 months. I really hope that I got that right. It's still the same medication. Two, no, four estrogen pills a day and four spirolactone pills a day. Um, yeah, same thing is happening, except earlier this month I actually had to go get some blood test work, and I don't know what's going to happen in terms of like my change in meds or whatever. Um, but yeah, I had to go in and get my blood tested, and I actually had to go a few months from now when my meds start to dwindle a little bit. I'm going to go see my doctor in the city because the blood work and all that. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about that. Um, Aside from that, I realize more and more that despite the fact that I have many tattoos, I'm absolutely afraid of. Sometimes I'm a little bit afraid of getting my blood test because for some reason I can handle like tattoos on my bones, but I can't handle um, having my a needle just put into me and have blood taken out, which is amazing because I've always wanted to give away blood. You know, it's yeah, it's kind of weird at this point. Like, uh, yeah, it's really weird at this point. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's And the person who was taking my blood actually was like, how many tattoos do you have? And I'm like, I have a fair share, you know? Um the best thing about the tattoos that I have around me is that they're just there. Like you don't really see them unless I show them. Like at one point on my at a job, I actually was wearing long sleeves and you can absolutely see one of the tattoos, but nobody actually can see them, you know? Um, or was it like no, it was absolutely like long sleeves, but it only went up to here, so you can see my tattoo, but you can barely see it because you're looking at my face and not my arms. Um, Good times, absolutely good times. But if y'all need to go sleep because I am only getting started. 10 minutes into the stream. Um, oh my god, it's been a long, long month. Like it has been a long month. Hi, Playdom. How are you? Hopefully you're doing okay. Hopefully you're doing okay. How are things? If I can be honest, I am trying not to touch my D20 for at least one stream. Like, at least for one stream, I'm trying not to touch it. So if my hands are just going all over the place, you'll know why. Because I'm trying not to use my like a fidget spinner. Um, I don't know how I survived even back at home. Like, even back in my old room, I don't even know how I survived. Um, black, black, black and blue. Like, I have no idea how I survived. Um, like, holy mother of God. Oh God, I'm sorry to hear about the panic attacks. I'm really sorry to hear about that. Like, again, if you want to chat on Discord, I'm there, you know? I'm absolutely there in terms of like chatting with people on Discord. As long as I'm, you know, physically there, you know? My God, I missed a lot of messages while I was asleep. I must have been out like a light. No more No more stew before bed. Black, black, black and blue. Like, God, there was nothing. There was genuinely nothing that stood out yesterday. I went to bed early, and then next thing I know, it was 11 p.m. And then I woke up, did my Duolingo lesson, and then I went to sleep again. My God, it was like swimming. I was like swimming. Um, yeah, I was genuinely like swimming. Um, in and out of consciousness. It's like, yay! I feel like I feel, blah, you know. Blue, black and blue. Blue, black and blue. I can't get that song out of my head now. Yeah, I cannot get that song out of my head. Um, yeah, yeah, my head is kind of is still all over the place. It's not as bad as when I had a tall glass of water and I genuinely just went on stream for about an hour and a half and I was still not okay. Like, it was pretty much like that music video for Check My Brain by Alice in Chains. Like, everything was just going like this and then going back to normal, and it's like everything went, everything just started like, holy crap, you know? Blue, black and blue. You know? I don't know. I honestly don't know where that came from, but it came from. I don't know. Ish. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, uh, uh, yeah, I don't know. I'm just all over the place right now, you know? I'm black and blue. Blue, black and blue. I am so sorry if I keep singing that. That song has been in my head ever since I went to bed. Am I alive or am I dead? Or something, something. I don't know. Um, yeah, I'm just, you know, hold on, hold on. I'm hoping for the best in the ways of happy outcomes within the near future. Me too, like all of us are, you know? All of us are, um, yeah, all of us, like, honestly, all of us are hoping for a good outcome because we have to swim through a river filled with garbage and crap only like to at least get through the other side with a learning experience or a learning curve, you know? I'm genuinely hoping that it goes well. I'm genuinely hoping that the future goes brighter, you know? Um, Everybody has something to look forward to or something to try to get better at. And I wish all of you the absolute best, you know? Um, because all of you have been absolutely gangbusters. And hopefully you're all going to, be okay with yourselves. Like, I'm not okay with myself right now due to, dysphoria and all that, um but yeah, hopefully everybody's gonna do okay, you know? And it's okay if you're not, but it's okay to reach out, you know? It's absolutely okay to reach out and be be there for each other. I'd hug you too, but I'm sick, so I'll hug you anyways. Ah. HRT has gotten me weaker, apparently. Like, yeah, HRT has gotten me weaker. Like, sometimes I'm way too sluggish, but I tried to get my boyfriend got on top of me because we were watching Jenny Nicholson Star Wars hotel video that's 4 hours long. And I'm like, oh god, it's 4 hours? I can't watch a 4 hour video. But we have hit the 3 hour mark. And he's like, okay, let's watch. And I'm like, no. And so I tried to get him off. And usually I could because I'm toned and I can like push him off very easy. But HRT has, pushed me, has like weakened my muscles, you know? Um, yeah, it has weakened my muscles ever so. Um, like one of these days, I hope. Yeah, one of these days, Nah. I mean, I haven't done anything. Yeah, I haven't really done anything, but like, you know, yeah, ever since I moved in with him, it's like, pretty nice, you know? Um, yeah, ever since I moved in with him, it's like, okay, you know? Um, yeah, that's all I can say. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm not used to streaming every day for a month, so I'm kind of, yeah, I'm kind of, shh, you know? Sorry, the song is still in my head. um, I forgot what I said. Why is my head hurting? Um, um, okay, Moisella Combs, thank you for the alert. Thank you for having the quick hello. And, thank you. It's been a long while. Um, but thank you for coming, and I hope that your lurk goes absolutely well. Um, oh, okay, I actually did find, the person. I found the baseline, for the person who actually asked me to. I think it's him. What was my baseline like? Okay, well, that's something. Um, yeah, yeah, that's absolutely something. Oh my god, like, honestly, um, here's another one I made. Yeah, for some very strange reason, I just decided to. Like, I did actually make music for other people, it's just that it's been like a long while. It's been a very long while. Um, yeah, it's been a very long while. And, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's been a very long while since I made something, for somebody else. And it was just, honestly, it was just a one off, although everybody has started with a one off back in the day, you know? Everybody has had a one off, in terms of stuff, you know? Like it what? Yeah, my God. Yeah, like it's a one off, just a one off. Um, yeah, but like, you know, it's it's been quite a ride, you know. Yeah, it's been quite yeah, like it doesn't show like none like I sometimes I just feel like none of the bass lines I made for other people show off what is my personal thing, like my personal signature sound. Even though I don't have a signature sound, yeah, I don't absolutely have a signature sound, but I do have something that I'm familiar with. Um, yeah, everybody has their signature sound. I just need to, find mine, whatever it is. Whatever my signature sound is, I can. Other than the fact that I make my anytime I make a verse, it's kind of complicated a little bit, and then I just go simplified in the chorus. Um, like holy, like here, um, here. I wonder if I can still hold on. Let me see something. I'm gonna have to move it like this. Um, okay, like this. Okay, so one of the last thing I did, I actually was like in the chorus the last the one of the few things hold on. One of the things I did in terms of like making something was like I was like frustrated, so I would be like so I would just like do like I would just like go fast, except it's faster. It's like do 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 do. It's like and then at the chorus it actually just goes. It's far from my usual '90s grunge thing, but it actually leans more into like um like metal, kind of metal, or groove metal. I don't know. Like, I actually just played that, made it up because of somebody who decided to really piss me off. um, yeah, this person decided to piss me off, so I just made the song about them. So it's probably like sludge metal. I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know, sludge metal. Like, I'm glad for the sludge metal. I blame Alice in Chains for the sludge metal. Um, yeah, I blame Alice in Chains so much for the sludge metal. Yeah, I learned it from watching y'all. Also, there's like acid bath. Like, oh my god, like acid bath absolutely helped. Like, holy crap, out like why do I keep saying Alice in Chains? I'm about to say Alice in Chains, but I'm looking at like acid bath. Like, oh my god, they came out during the grunge era and they were pretty much sludge metal and they went hard. I love how hard like that band absolutely went. I'm genuinely glad about that. Like, oh, that absolutely that they are a band that I don't want to get stoned to, you know? Um Also, I've realized more and more that I can't really um I don't really have the talent to actually use a pick. I don't have the talent to use a pick properly, especially when like I am trying to like make my own thing. My God, I see so much blood on this. Um, but yeah, I see so much blood on this. Um, but yeah, like one day I didn't write anything in terms of yeah, in terms of, you know, I prefer a pick, but I use fingers. Like for me, for some reason, like it honestly depends for me. Like if I actually have some sort of complicated thing where I actually have to go all over the fretboard, and I don't do this for one for like a measure, I actually have to use like a pick. Like I'll use a pick for something like Blitzkrieg Bop um, or Anarchy in the UK. Um, like I'll use a pick for all of those. However, I need to use fingers. Like I'll even use a pick for Smells Like Teen Spirit. Um, Actually, any Green Day song I will use picks. Like anything really punk, like anything punk really. I just can't use my fingers when it's not punk. Like whenever I play a Red Hot Chili Pepper song, like with the exception of um, the only Chili Pepper song that I can't play with my fingers is Parallel Universe, because that song, like the bass goes so fast in that, like Holy Mother of God, like the bass absolutely goes really fast. So I really can't, and even Flea can't. Like he even said, it's even stated that it's the only song on bass that he can't use his fingers on. Uh oh. Oh God. You've been an extremely fast band, so needed to trem pick. I can't like. I actually need the wrist to actually like pick that fast. You know. Honestly, in like when I with the collaboration I'm hoping to be in, or if it's gonna be fully realized, um, my bass playing is a lot more slinky or um. So as I said before, this band right here, this band right here is the reason why I play bass guitar in the first place. I've said this a dozen times. Um, Bedouin Soundclash's Sounding a Mosaic, like they have genuinely been the reason as to why I started playing bass, because the bass playing in here is mwah, you know? And it actually got me and that like yeah, so and also Green Day. Honestly, Green Day as well. Like Green Day, especially 90s Green Day actually got me to actually think instead of just going at one at a time, I could actually like go all over the fretboard. Like before I was pretty much like and then eventually it became like I could actually go if it wasn't for Green Day, I wouldn't be able to like go all over the fretboard. The Bedouin Soundclash actually helped. Like Bedouin Soundclash absolutely helped in terms of like getting started, and actually helping me with my own sound. But Green Day actually helped me with in terms of like going all over the fretboard, like not a chance. I don't know how to explain it. This is why I always have a script whenever I make videos. Um, but yeah, hearing that parallel universe song just reminds me of when I would be going outside. I would just go outside in the summer, and this song will be playing in my earphones. I'm like, oh, this is amazing. But then again, Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers is probably the album I listened to in the summer. Like, it was the first album I listened to in the summer. You know? Where are you, you little devil? Here it is. Got this in high school like years after it came out. Like, my God. I remember just looking at this little booklet in my own room. It's like, all around the world, we can make time deep inside of a parallel universe. Star tissue that I wish you saw. How long will I slide? Hit me, come get me. I bite, but she bit me. Psychic spies from China. Oh my God. Easily. Let's get carried away. Are you wasting away in your skin? The California animal is a bear. Some come up and some come young. Close to my skin. Dusting off your savior. The finger pain is not a sin. One shot, all I need. Road tripping. Like, oh my God. Everything in this album is just a wall to wall banger. Everything is just such a wall to wall banger, and like, this is my favorite Chili Peppers album, and it is my second favorite album ever. Again, this is my first favorite album. Like, this album right here is my first, but my God. Has anybody just had an album that just blew them away? Like, completely out of the water? Because I have. Like, I've had, like, albums that blew me away out of the water. Like, again, Californication by the Red Hot Chili Peppers did that. Like, I didn't hear a single album like that before. What album? What album? Like, I don't know any other album I have that actually blew me away the first time. Like, I'm gonna check something. No, actually, Nimrod by Green Day took me by surprise. I absolutely loved it, but when I got into it. Oh, and Led Zeppelin 3, Pearl Jam's 1. Yeah, there's not much. Like, I love the albums I have now. It's just that they don't have, like, they're not there. They didn't hit me as much. Like, I love Radiohead, but the only thing that surprised me was when I bought, like, the first album I bought by Radiohead was, where are you? Okay, it's probably right here. The first album I bought by Radiohead was OK Computer. And I bought this during college. Now, this, again, I bought albums that were a couple of decades after they were released. So it was absolutely amazing. And the thing about it was, I actually thought that, I genuinely thought I was going to get Radiohead playing guitar, like a lot of it. And there is guitar here. The thing is, it was a lot more quieter than I thought, because the only songs I knew from this album at first were Paranoid Android, Karma Police, and, no surprises. And then I eventually got to listen to Airbag. And the only reason I bought this album is because it was either between that or Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. And so I decided to like listen to the first track to each song at school on YouTube. And the first, what was the first one? Hold on, let me see. What was the first one from Jagged Little Pill? All I Really Want. Yeah, All I Really Want. And you can tell this was a used CD, by the way, because this. And I thought that that song was okay. And then I listened to Airbag. And I'm like, holy mother of God. You know, I was genuinely like, holy mother of God. Um, Maybe I should just hold on a minute. I have way too many albums out. Oh, crap. Don't worry, you're okay. Your CD's inside. This is the My Chemical Romance track or album. What's it called? The Black Parade. And I have a tattoo of this. Like I have a tattoo of this. But my boyfriend is mentioning about Warhammer, and I'm like, oh come on, can't I just have this? You know, when I showed off the tattoo, when I got it, like a couple of years ago, nobody said anything about like Warhammer, and now my boyfriend is mentioning it to everybody, and I'm like, come on, like come on, can you just let me have this instead? You know, can I just have this instead? Where do you go? Right between Pablo Honey and the King of Limbs. I need a bigger I need a much bigger dresser for my album collection. Or maybe, yeah, I need a bigger collection for my album thing, you know? Because I'm running out of room. Somehow I'm running out of room. These albums could not be any further from each other in terms of tone. You got a reggae album, you got Alanis Morissette, and you got a hip hop album, and you have a comedy, a romantic comedy that nobody knows. Like nobody knows that romantic comedy. The movie's called Watching the Detectives with Killian Murphy and Lucy Liu. It came out in 2007 and nobody watched it. I just so happened to find it on TV, and I'm like, awesome, this is hilarious. But nobody I know knows that movie. Nobody I know. And I remember at my old place there used to be a Blockbuster, and I was walking, and I saw the Blockbuster movies, and I saw this movie. Yeah, I saw this movie out in the window. I'm like, oh, how much is it? It's $2, and I went in and got it. I'm like, awesome. I'm gonna get this for the rest of my life. Like, I'm going to keep this with me because I still like the movie, even though I like it a little bit less than I did than in college. Like, I'm still surprised that that movie is like $2 or $4 at Blockbuster, and it's probably like the only purchase I got from Blockbusters. Um, because I bought God of War, like the original God of War for the PS2, like years after it came out because everybody was still talking about it. Um, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's see what this is gonna do. And I remember not being able to beat the game because I was stuck on a puzzle. Oh God, I remember before my room changed, where I actually still we still have those boxy TVs, and the TV was on the floor. In hindsight, I don't know as to why we couldn't have just put the TV in my. Oh right, that's because nothing fit. Like this was way before I fixed up my room, and there was no dressers anymore. So yeah, it was gone. Like those dressers did not do anything, and like there were two dresses which I barely used, and a dresser, like two dresses which were like, you know, they were falling apart anyways, you know. Like, I had it for years, and I'm like, okay, I should probably stop. So I ended up getting a dresser from my sister's room, and then there was this like empty space, and that was it. There was just an empty space there, and so that's where I put my TV, and I still kind of miss my table, but not really. It's just gonna be there, I prefer a desk, but what was it called? So at late at night, I used to just like go on my TV that was on the floor, and I would set up my PlayStation 2, and I would play God of War on the ground. Like I would sit on the floor playing God of War with a TV just like inches away from my face. Oh God, just like how I absolutely used to do back in high school. Yeah, even back in high school. That was weird. Yeah, that was weird doing that in high school. Um, like we all have done weird things in high school. Um, like my God. Um, what was it? Like I used to play video games early in the morning before I actually had to go to school because I needed to sneak because honestly, my dad was still taking away my controllers at this point in my life. And so, yeah, he took away my controllers and that was it. And I'm like, okay, I know where he put them. I'm just not going to go anywhere with it. So I'm just going to like hide them and all that. And he constantly like hid things so much that he would forget where he would put it. Like I actually had to get a plug for my PlayStation 2 because he forgot where he put it. And that's pretty much as to why I genuinely kind of sometimes I actually had to hide things from him so he wouldn't actually have to look, you know? But then again, I'm an adult. So he doesn't have to like take anything away from me, you know? Um yeah, it has been a long while. Um but um uh YouTube actually recommended a video for me, and it was called Pikachu on Acid. And even though I wasn't baked out of my mind, I was still laughing because it was so trippy. Like, so absolutely trippy and hilarious. And then I watched the second one, and it was also trippy and hilarious.
Great job on that last battle, Pikachu. Look at all this cash we won.
Help.
Meanwhile...
So what's the deal with us? Are we like dating?
It's just I'm not looking for a relationship right now.
You mean not with a woman?
Oh,
Never make eye contact.
prepare for trouble.
Shut the fuck up. Go get him, Pikachu.
Go get him, Ash.
Go, Buck.
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Muck, use acid.
Buck.
Looks like it's ineffective. Pikachu, use Thunder. Pikachu? What's the matter, Pikachu?
Oh, that is awesome.
Great job on that last battle, Pikachu.
Muck, use acid. Go get him, Ash.
Great job on that last battle, Pikachu.
Muck, use acid. Go get him, Ash.
Psych!
Hey, Get off of me! I'm a Pokemon! 6th generation. Hey, where you going? God, I'm lonely. You can keep him.
Those butt clouds. I didn't notice them. Lucky Fox, Lucky the Fox, welcome on in. I'll send you all a link because it is absolutely amazing. It was called Pikachu on Acid. Also, Lucky the Fox, how are you? Welcome on in. You are having an acid trip, but you are in the absolute right group. Like even watching that 100% sober, it's like that is trippy, you know? Like that's kind of the like I do want to make music like that, something that was aggressively trippy. Not aggressively trippy, but light trippy. You know, it's like a jam band kind of trippy. Although I'm not. Anyone have a tall glass of water? I do. I do. But it's acid, not the video actually showcases acid, not a tall glass of water, you know? Um um let's see. Like I'm trying. Yeah, I had a feeling. More than a feeling, more than a feeling, more than a feeling. I can't sing. That's why I play bass guitar. But I hope you're doing okay, Lucky the Fox. Um, I was hoping that when I Love You Man came out, everybody would be a lot more interested in bass guitar. I really need to watch I Love You Man again. You know, I really need to watch that movie. Um, yeah, I gotta watch that. Not really. I hate the Heat. You hate the Heat? Oh, come on. I think it's a good movie. I mean, you don't have to like Melissa McCarthy, but I personally think that she was absolutely funny in it, you know? And Sandra Bullock absolutely makes a really, really good straight man. I haven't seen the movie since it came out, but I absolutely like how it is, you know? Um, but yeah, go watch it. Like, I'm glad that it hasn't gotten a sequel because, quite frankly, not everything, even if I stream naked, I can't cool down. Oh, yeah, I've been there. Yeah, I've been there. Like like I remember like all those times stripping naked and just like being on fire, you know? I'm I'm not going to tell everybody what I did stripping naked, just know that it was illegal. What I did was probably illegal in several different states, you know? Um my god, that song, do I played that song on the intro of this. And then there's another one called Pikachu on Acid 2. Oh my god. Damn, Kiara was a cam girl. No, I wasn't a cam girl. I did do strip teases. I did do strip teases years ago. Um like yeah, it was more strip teases. This was before I came out as trans. Um yeah, this is way before I came out as trans. Um but yeah, you know? Um yeah, way before. But I was naked on camera once. No, I was naked on camera once. No, wait, 3 times. No, I was naked 3 times. And it was for a YouTube channel. One of them I was careful not to show anything. Again, pre-transition me. So no girls. I was completely naked and the camera was facing in a way that I actually couldn't I couldn't move my legs, so nobody can see anything going on down there, you know? So no one could see like the factory and all that, but it's still on my YouTube channel. We all got my spicy stuff on FetLife. Go for it. Proper. Do the kids still say that? Proper? Nobody said that. Nobody even said that when I was a kid. Only reason I said proper all of a sudden is because I watched the episode where Bart gets famous by saying 4 words. I didn't do it. Dude. Proper. But yeah, it's still on my YouTube page. It was insane. Like, I'm genuinely surprised I got away with that. Still, I got away with that. And it was when I was reviewing, What's My Name Again by Blink-182. I was making fun of that video. Since they were naked, I'm like, if they get naked, I can get naked. And, yeah, it was something, you know? It was absolutely something else. And then I actually put before the whole deleting random stuff on Pornhub, I actually had a couple of videos on Pornhub, which related to my YouTube show. But this time I could get away with a lot more. Like, I was naked and then I stood up and you can see everything. And it was like, oh my god. But one day I will find a place for that, because apparently, and this is amazing, apparently, most of my videos on my, most of my music video show videos are just gone, or have been blocked, or have been flagged, or have been just like, yeah, so I actually have to upload a few more of them. Like, I have all my episodes on a USB. So it's like, it's always going to be right here. Other than that, if I don't have them, I have to go all the way back home and get my laptop. Yeah, I have to get my laptop. My very old laptop. Like, my very, very old laptop. And it's like, you know? And get it, because my old laptop, the battery was dying, and I actually have not used my old laptop ever since I started streaming on a regular basis, you know? So what ended up happening was, I think it was 2020, like, when COVID was beginning to rear its very ugly head. Things were just like I just had to wrap it up pretty much. So yeah. But yeah, I have, like, one day I will have an OnlyFans. Like, one day, if I'm not dysphoric, if I'm like ever not dysphoric, I'll have an OnlyFans account. you know? But I'm not there yet. Um, I'm not there yet in terms of like OnlyFans. Um, I'm not there yet. But that's just me. When did I go from music to like getting naked on camera? I don't know. But nobody has seen me naked on camera except those few months where it was still on Pornhub. Um, I think I. No, 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 not. Nope, nothing. I got nothing. Um. Do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Like, I'm like, like I was just all over the place in terms of things, you know? Um, yeah, I was just all over the place. Um, my God. Do 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 do. Yeah, the song, it's still in my head. Like, it's honestly the song that I just played from it is still in my head. I still can't, I still can't get it out of my head. I must be out of my head. It must be something I said. Oh, come on. I waste my life. I must be romantically dead. Oh, man. God, I'm so alone. Do 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 do. Head empty. I mean, I am on HRT, so the head is absolutely going to be empty. Yeah, it absolutely is going to be empty. It's like ass. I shouldn't have said it out loud. Should not have said it like that. Ass up, head empty, or something. I'm not sure. Um, yeah, I'm absolutely not sure. Should not have said it out loud. Why am I doing this? I'm pretending that this is a guitar and I'm just doing this. I don't know what this is. I saw somebody actually do this one time on a music channel and I'm like, "What is this? Are they trying to like do something? What are they doing to the guitar? Are they just like masturbating in it? Ass up, head down. Um Head left. No, wait. Ass up, head down. Mind left. Mind eraser, no chaser. No, ass up, head down. Mind eraser, no chaser. Call me now, call me later. Colin Farrell, Christian Slater. Yeah, people are like, yeah, she's losing her mind right now. I don't know what's going on. She is losing it. Is she okay? Of course I'm okay. I'm Kiara Strings. I lost it long ago. We all have lost it. We're all adults as far as I know. We're all adults here. All of us are adults. You know? Until I say otherwise. Until I say otherwise, all of us are adults. Except for you, Kiara. You seem like a dumb broad. Do. All of us are. Hopefully, and if you aren't, get the F out and go to bed. And it's like what my boyfriend says. Get into bed, or else your ass is mine. And I'm like, fuck. Y'all are the reason we're hated so much. Well, I'm sorry. I'm Catholic. Well, I'm trying. I'm only Catholic. All the homies hate minors. Well, pretty much, unless you are always like, think of the children. I'm like, you don't know the children, you know? It's like, think of the children. God, please think of the children. And I'm like, you don't care about the children. You absolutely don't care. Um, yeah, like, yeah, people who say think of the children absolutely don't think of the children at all. Like, they're lying. Like, they don't even have children, so why would you say think of the children? You know? Um, but you know, children, like, here's the thing. We were all children once. I'm pretty sure adults are, when we were kids, I'm pretty sure adults, most of them were like, think of the children, even though children have most, or not all, but some children absolutely have dirty minds, you know? So it's shocking to me that some people are like, think of the children. And keep forgetting that you were children once and you were not yourself. You were not innocent yourself, you know? Like, when I was a kid, people were swearing. Like, people were swearing. People were backstabbing each other, you know? I'm not going to say that my childhood was perfect. But, you know, I can easily say that, like, because every childhood is like, yeah, well, you know, everybody's childhood was not perfect. There are some good moments and there are some bad moments. Like, I never got to go to parties like any other person, but, you know, I got to be with friends who I'm friends with today. Um, and I miss them because we're all living apart from each other. But you know, I probably get to meet some new people, even though most people in this building are skewer a little bit older. You know. Um, then again, back in my old neighborhood, everybody skewed older. You know. Then again, yeah, that's all I got. Like, um, yeah, then again, it's just me. Yeah, but, yeah, like, I don't know. Like, for the last few years I was at my house, I absolutely did not go anywhere around my old. Yeah, like, around my neighborhood. Like, I remember, like, a couple of years ago, I was walking around my neighborhood, just needed a walk, and everything seemed familiar, but everything seemed different, you know? Like, um, yeah, like, so much has changed. Yeah, a lot had changed, but a lot had stayed the same, and I'm like, that's fine. Like, I didn't really miss anything much, you know? Um, God. Actually, I've never really had. Oh my god, I never really had many friends over my house because, you know, the reason why I didn't have many friends over at my house is because we only had one computer, which was the computer. We didn't really have much internet. And all we did on my computer, all we did was either play video games in the basement or use the computer for the internet, you know? Is that why it smelled like popcorn? My boyfriend was making popcorn the entire. Anyways, like, I genuinely loved, like, being at home, but I also liked being at somebody else's house, you know? Um, yeah, like, holy mother of God, you know? Why am I still touching my bass guitar like it's, like, a bitter ex? It's like, I love you so. What's that? You want me to go deeper? Okay, here you go. Just like go into that higher fret. Should not have said that out loud. This is what happens. Loving how my apartment turning out. I'm glad. You know, I'm absolutely glad that your apartment is turning out well. Oh my god. My god. Like, I'm pretty sure are you going to do what I think you're going to do? No, you're not. Not yet anyways. But, you know, I've seen your pictures played, you know. Honestly, 2 thumbs up. Sorry. 2 thumbs up, and I hope that it gets better from here, you know? Sorry, I didn't mean to say that and then yawn. I did not mean to say that. Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't mean to do that, but yeah, that's just me. My god, I have 3 days until the month is over. We are almost at the home stretch. In 5, 4, there we go. He turned on the light. I'm going to start offering feminization, and transition services. Go for it. You know, go for it. I would wear makeup on stream, but you know, I don't know what the. Yeah, I would love to wear makeup on stream. I mean, I have my lipstick and my eyeshadow right here. My eyeshadow is right here. I've only worn it once. You know, I've only worn my makeup once on stream. What's wrong? What's wrong? But go for those services, you know? I know you'll do kick-ass considering that the pictures you've shown me absolutely are absolutely amazing to me, you know? Again, I don't wear much makeup because, again, dysphoria, and I'm in my dysphoria hoodie. It got to the point to where when I got outside, I ended up wearing another hoodie. Not this one, just another one. Makeup can induce dysphoria, has done it to me before. Yeah. You know? Like, I don't know, I've been a lot more self-conscious ever since I've been on HRT, but, I've been a lot more self-conscious. Hence why I've been wearing hoodies. I've been wearing hoodies for the past few months, and it is a thing that's going on, you know? Yeah, you know? It's rough. For anyone curious today, today's word for Wordle is minus. I completely forgot about Wordle. I forgot about Wordle long ago. I haven't done Wordle since the great cleansing of Rodrigo Sanchez. But yeah, I haven't done Wordle. I used to do not Duolingo. What was that puzzle? What was that puzzle game? I forgot what it was called. You actually had to put in numbers, and you actually had to number puzzle game. I forgot what it was called. Oh, Sudoku! Sudoku! I used to play Sudoku. Oh my god, I used to play Sudoku so much way back in the day. Like, oh, I forgot how it was called. It was called Sudoku. I used to play that. But I also used to do word searches. Oh God, word searches. Like I used to do those so much. Words with Friends used to be addictive. I never played Words with Friends. Like I think the only reason I heard of Words with Friends is when Alec Baldwin got arrested for playing it on an airplane, I think. Was it that game that got Alec Baldwin kicked off of the plane? Um, yeah, he got okay. So Words with Friends got Alec Baldwin kicked off a flight in 2011. Scrabble? Ah. For some reason, I never really got into Scrabble. I never got into Scrabble, but you know. As a kid, I was really into word searches. Like, I was into word searches, Sudoku, and occasionally Wordle, but I never got into Scrabble. You know, I never got into Scrabble all that much. Yeah. Then again, it was a me thing. It's a me thing. I never got into Scrabble because you know, um, but yeah, like when I was a kid, I actually had like a book of word searches, whereas like one big word search a day, and I did for some reason because I even back then I actually had like a straight narrow mind sometimes. I would do one word search a day. And every single time I actually every single time I finished a word search, I would straight up put the letter K at the I think I put the date of when I finished it, which is only a day, and I would put my initial K on the right side of the corner. And I remember when our class actually had to make up a word search, and then we actually had to like pass it around to everybody, like pass it around to each other. And what ended up happening was somebody got mine, and I actually got somebody else's, and it took me about 2-3 minutes to do the word search. Like I just got it because I was so used to it. And then somebody ended up being like, God, what the flip? This one's freaking hard. What the hell? I'm like, what's hard about a word search, you know? It's like, we're all the same age. What's so hard about a word search? And Monopoly brings out the evil side of me. I never played Monopoly properly until way later. I used to play Monopoly by myself. That was the thing. Like, by myself, I used to play Monopoly. And I didn't know how to play. I didn't even know how to play even when I was in Saturday school. When 5 other people were playing, and I was like, okay, I'm good. I actually thought that whoever gets to go first, no, like the go square first wins. I thought it was a race. I didn't know that there was money involved. And then I eventually played it on the CD-ROM, and that's when I realized Monopoly goes so long. I did not know how long Monopoly could go. Like, I remember playing that one Monopoly game on the CD-ROM for 3 hours. Which is funny. Like, it was like that Dane Cook thing. It's like, F this game. It's 4 in the morning, Grandma. You win. And I'm like laughing, but it's so true. It's like, Monopoly goes that long, huh? Like, I absolutely didn't get into Monopoly because I never could. Can we just, Monopoly is just, you know? Like, Monopoly, oh my god, Monopoly, I know Monopoly, like, here's the thing, Monopoly might bring the evil side of you, but for me, and a few of my friends back in the day, Risk. Risk was the game that actually can break friendships more. Monopoly, yes, in terms of money, but Risk, oh my god. Oh my god. I really wish that my friends were here, like my real life friends were here, because for about 3 years, like at least in a certain point in the year, we would go to one person's house and play Risk. Like the four of us, sometimes five, like the five of us would be in my friend's basement and play Risk, and that would absolutely be like, it would take 3 hours. Holy mother of God. And I remember, like, I was always the first one out because I didn't know how to play properly. And there was always, like, a treaty. Like, there was a fair share of backstabbing in that game. And what ended up happening was, at one point, there was a written truce between two of my friends, and one of my friends took that truth and just either ate it or flushed it down the toilet. Probably there's a good chance he did not eat it. He probably did not eat it, but he ripped up the treaty and just like flushed it down the toilet, you know? Risk Risk absolutely would tear friendships. And I remember the second time I played it, I got knocked out, and I was so pissed off that I ended up going, like, we were sitting at a table and I ended up like, okay, I'm out. I got so angry I went away to the couch that was next to it. I took out a huge bag of chips and I started eating it. I was like eating the entire bag because I was just so angry, and I was so pissed off. And it was not at my best moment. It was absolutely not my best moment, but yeah, it was not my best moment at all. But yeah. Nah, my friend's NTA. NTA? What's my friend's NTA? NTA? Is it a game? I don't know what NTA is. And like I remember, no. And I remember being so angry after I ate those chips, I ended up just storming out of the house. Like, it was 1 o'clock in the morning. Never trust anybody, especially in Risk. Like, I got so angry and fed up, I just left. I just genuinely just left the house at 1 in the morning, and it was very, very cold. So it took me like 30 minutes to walk from my friend's house to my house. Thankfully, nobody was awake. And like I ended up just going to sleep very angry. But yeah, we actually haven't done that. We actually haven't played Risk in years, so it's like, okay, you know? Yeah, we have not played Risk ever since then. So, yeah, you know? It was, I mean, I had fun, even though I was frustrated, but then again, I didn't know how to play. We did, at one point, play Game of Thrones, like a Game of Thrones game, and that also involved backstabbing, and that also involved me getting kicked out being the first person to get kicked out. So, yeah, I there's a good reason as to why I don't like to play with anybody else. It's because I don't have good sportsmanship. You know, I genuinely don't. I try, but my soul is like, ugh. I want to win. I want to win. But I always get kicked out, and I'm like, damn it. So yeah, it was fun. You know, it was fun to like be with like people at that point. You know, uh, yeah, it was fun to absolutely like be with other people and just play. It goes to show that I was never really into, you know, I'd rather just play by myself, you know? Um, yeah, hence why I don't play with other people on Fallout 76. Hence why I played a lot of Hades. Like, I've played over 190 hours of Hades. Now, keep in mind, this is like my second playthrough. Like, my first playthrough I should delete because, to be perfectly honest, I didn't really finish that first playthrough, and it's still on my Switch. So my second playthrough is the one where I finished the entire story, and that's where the majority of my playtime went. Like, I'm genuinely still surprised I got to 190 hours, you know? Because any other game I would have just gave up on, but God, Hades just is, you know? Like, right now, I'm just playing for, like, character hearts and upgrading weapons, I think. Like, I want to kind of 100% Hades, and then I want to just, like, go ahead and play another file, you know? Because, you know, like, I remember playing Hades for the first time. I was like, there is no way I can get all the way to the last person, which is Hades. And now I can easily do it because I actually use, like, death to, like, the first time you play Hades, it kicks your ass. It absolutely kicks your ass. And I'm like, oh God. And then eventually it's like, okay, this is something, and I got into it. Like, I'm really in the zone, really. Hi, mysterious hooded lady. It's Kiara. But hi, Bisected. How are you? I hope you're doing okay. Would you like a shout out? We're talking about friend betrayals in terms of stuff and things. If you're not following Bisected Brioche, go follow her. She's currently playing Fallout New Vegas, and she was cosplaying as a. I like to think, I don't know, I think she was cosplaying as a character from Baldur's Gate 3, Karlach. Yeah, Karlach. I really need to play Baldur's Gate 3 more, but, you know, Hades is calling me. But please go give her a follow. She's absolutely super sweet. But I hope you're doing okay, Bisected.
How far can they see?
Like,
Okay.
they can only see, like, here. Like, they
Okay.
can't see, like, honestly, like every time you go to the kitchen, they can't see you. They can.
Uh-huh.
You don't believe me?
I somewhat believe you.
No, they, like, nobody can see you. They can hear you, but they can't see you.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Have you talked about what your favorite dogs are yet?
I should probably mute that. Not bad, just coffeeing up, and I'm gonna call about an apartment I'm interested in. Nice, excellent. Yeah, absolutely go for it. You know, still rooting for you. Still will, still have. Um, he's in the bedroom, so he can't hear us. I'll tell him y'all said hi. Um, he was just asking that if the camera could see him, even though I keep saying the camera is going this way. Like, you all can see, like, the what's it called, the set. I can't believe it. Like, the table, like, the camera, you can only see the camera from here, nowhere else. I have to keep specifying it to him, and then I have to say they can hear you. They can absolutely hear you. Um, And there were things that I didn't want to talk about out loud because you would all betray me. All of you would betray me. I should know. Well, I don't know if all of you would betray me. You would be on the fence about it or not do it, but there's one person who would definitely betray me. And her stream name starts with a U and ends with an E. You know? Some of you know who it is because she would definitely betray me. She would definitely do so. They said hi, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Hi, don't forget the dog.
How so?
Oh, yeah, you'll see.
See what?
Oh, yeah, you'll see.
So, what? What? Are you gonna have a tall glass of water or are you gonna drink?
No, I'm saying like Homer Simpson when he finds out like Bart quote unquote cheating on him with the Big Brother program.
You know where you... I see what you've been doing. You've been hanging out with him, haven't you? Haven't you? Look at me.
Look at me.
But they can see the bright light, by the way.
I know. I didn't think grab.
I should give you my... I should absolutely give you my eyes so you could see in the dark.
Yeah. No.
You
I forgot. Like, could you pass me one of the... Pass me my shoes.
Again, they can't...
And the pants.
They can't see you. They
No, but I'd have to get into the fuses.
They can't. They can only see up to here. They can only see... They could... Like, they... No, seriously, they can all... Hold on, let me check the camera again. Yeah, none of you will be able to see him. Because all you can see is, like, up to, like, the cabinet. But you're not going to be able to see him. I mean, the only way he could actually, like, get there is if he crawled on the floor. I should have said crawled on... I should have said, yeah, you should have crawled on the floor. Well, crawl on the floor if you don't want to be seen on camera. Oh my god. So yeah, you none of you can see him, but you can all hear him. Yeah, holy mother of God. Ah. Oh god, I miss my jacket. Like, I absolutely miss my, like, grungy jacket. But, you know, somebody decided, hey, I'm just gonna take that I'm gonna bring that jacket to a dog and have the dog smell my jacket to get my scent. You know, and he still hasn't brought it back because, quite frankly, it's like, that's kind of one of the reasons why I don't want anybody to borrow my clothes. It's because, like, you know? I don't know why I'm doing this. Like, because here's the thing. Like, we babysat a couple of dogs a year ago or so. We just babysat, like, the house, his parents' house. So it's like, okay, we'll babysit the dogs or whatever. And, yeah, we did. And the dogs could definitely get my scent, you know? Like, they can get my scent. So, you know, bring something that I like sitting on, you know, is just gone. Like, I liked that jacket, and it's not there anymore. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch, you know? Yeah, it's one of those son of a bitch scenarios, you know? But I hope everybody will do okay. Like, hopefully everybody's gonna do stuff and things, you know? um, you know, he says that we should get a puppy or a dog, and I'm like, I don't want a dog. Like, I genuinely do not want a dog, and he's begging for it. He's like, come on, but dogs are the easiest thing. It's like a child, you know. I don't want children because I knew how I was as a child. After how I was as a child, I don't want children, you know? Because like having children is just like, oh, but you know, it's pretty much like, let's have a baby. Like again, like I said, like my aunt used to ask me, when are you gonna have children? I'm like, I don't want children, like never. And and then when my sister actually had a baby shower and she was there, and you know, she had at that point she had two sons, and then my aunt still was like, so when are you gonna have children? I'm like, but you have nephews right there. And it's like, no, I don't want her children, I want your children. I'm like, well, your nephews are right there, and you're like, grandchildren are right there. They're right there. Like they are right there. And you said that in front of them? Come on. You know, I know you're joking, but then again, I haven't seen her since for years. Like imagine my aunt actually seeing me today. Like my hair is very, very long, and I'm wearing eyeshadow, and she's like, something looks different about you. And it's like, well, yeah, because I'm trans. Therefore, she would never have to see me again. I can hear you. Oh, God.
You can't escape me, love.
I can't delete the message, though.
No!
Actually, no, I can ban you. I can absolutely ban you.
Fool!
I
I have
can-
70 alternative accounts!
That's kind of sad.
I know. It's a joke, love.
Let me see. I'm gonna. Damn it! I forgot how to like delete the message here.
Hurry, everyone, comment! Comment now!
How do I? You should all just ignore that message. Ignore that. That's a troll.
No, it's not.
That's a troll message. It's a troll message. Don't worry. Yeah, it's absolutely a troll message. Suffice to say, Roger Rabbit should get the chair. But my aunt, I haven't seen her in years, and, you know, I don't need to. Et tu, bisected? Et tu? I hope you're happy.
I am very happy.
Like, I really hope you are.
I'm very happy with myself, love.
You shouldn't be.
Pardon?
You should not be.
Why shouldn't I?
You totally derailed the chat.
Yeah, but subject matter I want you to talk about.
This is my stream.
I know.
This is my stream. Somebody says hello, by the way.
I know. I think I'm back. Okay.
Wait a minute. You can see the stream on your phone, can't you?
How do you think I commented?
Imagination.
No.
Well, I tried. Yeah, somebody else said hello.
Alright, thank you.
So, bisect is like, I can't believe we're witnessing a domestic.
Yeah, it's yeah. Yeah.
Oh, you don't know what...
All because, dare I say it, love?
Mm.
You refuse to watch my sister's dog for a week?
I don't want to watch dogs. I watch dogs, like, for two...
Yeah, that's it.
Like, we did watch... Like, we did house sit, remember? For 2 weekends at a row?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we did. And then I'm like, okay, that's fine. You know? And never... You know? And I thought it was fine. You know?
She doesn't understand dogs.
Nah. It's pretty much like understanding a baby. I don't.
It's not like a baby.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god. Every person who's had a baby is rolling their eyes at you at once.
Yeah, but thank you for the follow, PMMC. Hopefully you're doing okay. Thank you
Wait,
for
wait, wait. Say it again.
PMMC.
Okay, I heard TMMC, and I'm like, my workplace is following you.
No, that's horrifying. But let me introduce myself. Hi, I'm Kiara Strings. I'm a trans woman, and this is the early stream where we just chat for about an hour and a half or so.
Okay, what time is it?
It's 5:25.
Okay, there you go. Okay, love you.
Love you too. They saw you.
I know. Yeah.
All right, stay safe. But welcome on in. You just witnessed a domestic disturbance involving dogs. You're back?
Forgot my grenade.
All right. So PMMC, you just witnessed a domestic disturbance
Sure.
involving dogs. And yes, it's like having a child. Having a dog is like having a child. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. You can't argue that.
Yes, we can. It's super easy.
You can't find your hearing aid?
Where is it?
Did you check the bedroom?
No. I need the thing.
I mean, you could turn on the light.
Okay.
You find it?
It should be here somewhere. One second. It's my the Bluetooth thing.
Again, did you check the bedroom?
Yes, I'm about to. Bye. Love you.
Love you too, you sack of garbage. Sorry about that. I had to find his hearing aid. So, yeah, so I actually have told him that having a dog, is like having a child. Like, you have to take care of. Hold on a minute. Like, having a dog was pretty much like having a child to me, you know? Like, you have to take care of it. It's one extra mouth to feed. It's tiny, and then it grows up, and then it moves on without you, you know? And, like, no. Like, it's too much responsibility. And he's like, yeah, but all you have to do is, like, feed it and walk it. And I'm like, yeah, I don't, like, that's something I don't want to do as a child. Oh God, I have to keep telling him that, like, oh, I don't want that. You know, I'd rather just like be the two of us and just like be in here, you know, watch things, do things on our own. You know, I don't want that. I don't want to just like go for it. I don't want to, like, everybody's like, dogs are neat. I don't want a dog. You know, I absolutely don't want a dog. I keep telling him that, and he's like, I'm gonna wear her down. And I'm like, you're not gonna wear me down at all. You are absolutely not gonna wear me down at all. Like, he keeps saying, I'm gonna wear you down, but it's like, no, you're not. You are absolutely never gonna wear me down. You know? It's, yeah, it's not possible for you to wear me down, because I'm one of those people who are just like, nah, you're not. You know, it's like, you're not gonna wear me down. Like, you genuinely can't wear me down in terms of, like, trying to get me to get a dog. Like, it's hilarious, but you're not gonna do it. You absolutely are not gonna be able to wear me down in terms of getting a dog. Nope. Like, ah, oh God, no. Like, his like, everybody I know, like, my friends, his friends, like, and I keep having to tell him, stop bringing other people into this, you know? Stop bringing everybody else into this, like, this argument. It's between me and you. That's it. No one else. It's just between the both of us. So, you know? Like, just, yeah, just get away from that. It's really not helping. Like, if you bring other people into the situation, that's pretty much like guilting. Like, you're pretty much guilting somebody because you get everybody else to say, yeah, dogs are cute, you know, you should totally have a child. And even though I'm like, and here's the thing, it's like, people who have children in the chat are just like, I'm sorry if you have children, I'm just not for children. Like, what, like, you're still human, and it's okay for you, it's okay if you don't have children or not. I don't want children. I don't even want to babysit because, frankly, I can barely take care of myself. What makes you think I'm going to be able to take care of somebody else, let alone another dog, like a dog? I don't want to. You know, I'm not that type of person. You know, I'm not all about that. You know, I'm like, my friend had a cat, and that was it. Like, a cat, and I barely saw that cat. Like, I barely saw it. And that's still fine. Helia, how are you? Welcome on in. Hopefully you're doing okay. Let me give you a shout out. If you're not following Helia, go follow her. She is absolutely the bee's knees. She streamed earlier yesterday in my area. Like, she streamed earlier. I didn't get to see you stream, mostly due to the fact that I was sleeping for about 11 hours. Somehow I slept for 11 hours and missed your stream. I was that tired. But I hope you're doing okay. No! I dropped something. I'm trying not to touch my D20 right now. I'm so trying not to. So that's why my hands are just like, I want a jumping spider. They're like mini dogs. I don't want any pets. I don't want any pets. Because there's a good chance that they might chew on things, they might pee on things, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't want any of that. I genuinely do not want any of that at all, you know? I just want all I want to do is have that's it. That's all I want to do. All I want is just me and him. Like I don't want any pets whatsoever because like it's not pets are not for me. Like the only pets I ever had was goldfish, and even then that was pretty much like a month or so. Don't sweat the small stuff. Thanks for the shoddy. Anytime, you know. Again, if you're not following Helia Skull, go follow her. She plays a lot of music. She plays a few games, but you know, most of the time it's music. But yeah, please go follow her. If you don't follow her, then what's wrong with you? I'm kidding. I'm pretty sure everybody here is following her. If you follow me, you follow her. You all follow each other, as far as I know. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I'm Kiara. But yeah, yeah, I was supposed to be done 90 minutes, but, you know, this is going to be only 2 hours. This is only going to be a 2-hour stream. I say that, and then it's going to go into 3 hours, and 4 hours, and 5, and 6. And then eventually my boyfriend's going to come back, and I'm going to be like, did you forget something? I'm like, no, I just got home from work. And I'm like, I've been streaming for that long, huh? But yeah, like, holy mother of God. We were just talking about pets, and I said I don't want getting practice in so we can put some practice tracks soon or something. Yeah, that's fair. I have tracks that are on standby, like they're collecting dust. Yeah, they are pretty much collecting dust right now. Like I have a couple of tracks. Yeah, yeah, like you take your time with everything. I have how many things do I have? One, two, no, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have about 6 tracks on standby. Just being there. I think 7. I'm not. No, probably. I don't know. On my other laptop, I have things that I have yet to work with. Yeah, but I really need to like. What's the word I'm looking for? I really need to fine tune a few sounds on my bass guitar. Like a fair share of fine tuning, you know? Because I know you found your sound and I kind of found my sound. Like yeah, like our sounds are similar but also very distinct. Go. Like fairly distinct. I don't know what I'm saying, but again, you take your time with practice. I'll try to make more things. I'm just not sure where I can like I need some direction, kind of, sort of. Yeah, I need some sort of direction. So I'll just listen to inspirations. Like again, like I'll listen to like a couple of these. Actually, come to think of it, nope, wrong album. Honestly, anytime I get stuck in terms of creating, like absolutely anytime, I listen to this album. It's a hip hop album, yes. It's by the same person who did my favorite album of all time. And if this is my favorite album of all time, then this is the album that actually helped me be inspired more in terms of creativity. You know? we all have something that actually we could listen to or watch and actually get inspired by, just in case we get stuck. This this album, yes, it's a hip hop album, but it is very creative. I remember getting this and I thought this is not going to be as good as this album. And while I love this album and it actually made me the person who I am today, this album has helped me in terms of so much creativity. Like, so much. I would have no idea what the hell I'm doing, but maybe that's half the fun. Half the fun is just try. That's the thing. The fun about making music is trying to find your signature sound. Nobody knows what they're doing because, when you're playing with newer people, you have to find some sort of sound. But honestly, we'll find something considering that we both are, like, both of us are really into similar things. Like, we both have an era that we absolutely love, but we both have, like, different tastes at the same time. Like, again, the albums I have are completely different, but we do have similar material, like similar loves for music. Um, excuse me. And again, I love metal, but this is my inspiration in terms of a lot. Oh, I should probably like put this here instead of Alanis Morissette. Who am I kidding? I love you, Alanis, but I'm gonna put this person here just in the middle. And you are going back back here. There you go. But yeah, half the fun is just trying to sort out your sound. Like, I'm pretty, like, I know you've been, I forgot how, there are people here who have been in bands or currently in bands who are just figuring out their sound or have just been playing and ironing out their sound. Like, I want to do that. Like, I want to be a part of a musical experience, bring my signature sound to all bands I'm in. Yeah, that's pretty much the thing. Like, you know how sometimes you're just like a musician for hire and you're just doing as you're told or whatever? Like, for me, it, like, none of the lines I make or the bass lines I make, actually fit in with my sound, which is pretty much like semi-complicated, choruses. No, semi-complicated, verses and simplified, what's the word I'm looking for? Simplified, choruses. Someone asked Dave Grohl how to start a band, and he said, "Effing do it. You're gonna sound like Ish, but it's gonna be so much fun." Yeah, I know. Like, I've read The Storyteller several times. I've read that book several times. And, like, honestly, with the Foo Fighters, there is a clear difference between their debut and Wasting Light. It's like night and day. Actually, like, this one is pretty much 99% Dave Grohl, and this one is an entire band, but still, it's like coming a long, long way. And yes, I do have a bunch of Foo Fighters. Don't apologize, Helia. Absolutely don't apologize. Like, just because I keep the stream PG-13, the chat can absolutely swear. Like, I don't swear on stream, hence why I say this is not PG-13. This is 80s PG-13, which means I can get, what, 1 or 2 F-bombs, and that's it. So I personally don't swear, but I will swear occasionally. My sound barely changed, the music did. Yeah, exactly. Like, my sound's changed, Like, again, I used to want to play reggae or ska, but nobody I knew played, ska music. So I actually had to move on to different types of music, You're relieved. I'm like, I'm not gonna ban you for swearing. Like, I am not gonna ban anyone for swearing in chat, And Like, speaking of, like, sounding like garbage, like, I could even tell you, like, a huge difference. Like, look at something like, the second Red Hot Chili Peppers album. Like, that absolutely is a mess, you know? I would say the first Chili Peppers album, but, I don't have a separate CD like this. I have, like, two, like, it's a two-discer. Like, I say the second album because this is pretty much them full funk. It was produced by George Clinton, who was pretty much like the funkiest person in the 70s and 80s. And so, yeah, so it doesn't sound like the Chili Peppers. It sounds like the Chili Peppers doing funk. And that's fine, but they also always attack funk from a direction like rock or punk or metal. And it doesn't sound great. It sounds very, very eh. And then compare it to Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and it's like night and day, you know? Like, listening to, this is the second Chili Peppers album I ever bought. First was Californication. And, like, this album just surprised me because the production is so 90s. I'm like, this absolutely goes hard, you know? Like, you can see, like, the Red Hot Chili Peppers went from doofy, over-the-top frat boys to doofy, over-the-top frat boys, but with a better producer and a bigger budget. And then they went from that to absolute maturity. So, yeah, like, they absolutely matured in 20 years. Like, this came out in the 80s. This came out in, like, the early 90s. This came out in the late 90s. And yes, I do have a whole bunch of albums. So what? And unlike at my old house, I could actually, like lean here and just get them. Where are you? Yeah. But you know, like, everybody's gonna have it, like, bands always have a change in sound somewhat. So don't be afraid to actually, like, work hard and explore your own sound in terms of things, you know? Gonna put this back in here. Yeah, I'm gonna need a bigger sound case, you know? I'm actually gonna need, honestly took a massive break in music, so hopefully I can relearn and change. Too much experience. Hey, sometimes you need here's the thing, sometimes you need a break in order to, like, yeah, sometimes you do need a break in order to, yeah, in order to explore something, you know? I think once we start piecing stuffing together, my sound will start to come out as far as jamming with other people. Or that. Like, yeah, pretty much. Like, for me, yeah, for some reason for me, like, this would be the first time I actually would create music that would actually help me explore instead of, like, simplifying things and toning it down. Because, like, again, like, my bass playing is pretty much, like, inspired by 90s grunge or 2000s metal. Like, yeah, it absolutely does depend, honestly. Like, musically stuck in my ways. Hey, so am I, but look at what I have. Like, look at the albums I have. Like, I was musically stuck in my ways with this album, and then I started listening to this album, and I'm like, yeah, there's more to it than just reggae or ska, you know? But, yeah, as far as jamming, like, we just gotta get into that pocket, you know? Like, I love jamming with other people, pretty much, but, like, this would be the first time where I could actually, like, bring some sort of sound, you know, some sound of mine, and bring it to, like, other people, you know? I'm open to, like, most other things. Like, in terms of your guitar playing, I guarantee you there's a good chance that I can play something, like I guarantee you I can play something a bit heavier, like a little bit heavier, because I'm pretty sure. Again, you have 80s guitar. I have 90s grunge, like 90s bass. So there's something. There's gonna be something clicking. Hopefully, um, like I actually. Here's the thing. I actually have. Um, do I still have it? Okay, I do have it. Taste and growth too, but too used to playing stupidly fast. I mean, you come from a thrash metal and a punk background, so I don't blame you. Like I genuinely don't blame you because you come from a thrashy or punk background, you know? And I wanted to play punk with other people and maybe one day, yeah. But also like honestly, like there's like a bass line that was inspired by Temple of the Dog because there was like because I made this bass line because ever since Eden Knight tragically took her own life, and I wanted to make something like I wanted to collaborate with other people in terms of I wanted to collaborate with other people, you know? I wanted to because like it was what's the word I'm looking for? I just wanted to like make something out of inspiration, out of dedication to her and anybody else who was in trouble in terms of like where what she went through and what anyone else is going through. And so I made a bass line that was about 5 minutes long because it was absolutely inspired by early 90s grunge. And it's been a whole year, and I'm wondering if, like, I was asking around to see if anybody would be interested in it, but nobody was interested in it. So, like, I just needed, like, a guitarist and a drummer, you know? Like, I have the complete sort of song. I think it's 5 minutes long. The complete song on bass, and yeah, I really need to get that Temple of the Dog song. For those of you who don't know Temple of the Dog, so yeah, for those of you who don't know who Temple of the Dog is, they're pretty much like, in hindsight, a grunge super band. Yeah, they're pretty much like a grunge super band to me. And this was pretty much when, so there was a band called, um, Mother Love Bone, where they're pretty much like Helia definitely knows them because she played Star Dog Champion, which is a song which I absolutely love. And it actually had members of Pearl Jam and somebody called Andrew Wood, who actually was also in a band called Malfunction. And Mother Love Bone was pretty much his baby. And think of that band as 80s Red Hot Chili Peppers. If they actually were a lot more glam and funk. If the Red Hot Chili Peppers funk was replaced with glam. And they were pretty much a really good outfit, to say the least. And then days before their debut album Apple came out, Andrew Wood would actually overdose on heroin and was unplugged at the sound of his girlfriend. And so Chris Cornell heard about his death, when he got back from Soundgarden's first tour. And what ended up happening was the remaining members, Jeff Ament, and I think Jeff Ament and what was his other name? Who was the other guy? One of the guitarists from Pearl Jam actually got together to make a little tribute. And then that tribute ended up growing and growing into scope, and then it became like a full group, and then an eventual album. And it was pretty much like Pearl Jam if it had the lead singer of Soundgarden. And so 3/5 of the band, the two guitarists and the bassist were part of Pearl Jam. And the drummer, whose name is Matt Cameron, would go on to not only be on Soundgarden, but also since 1998, joined Pearl Jam as a permanent member. And then there was this song called Hunger Strike, which featured another band member whose name was Eddie Vedder. So it's pretty much like, it's not Pearl Jam, but you can see that it's almost Pearl Jam. Like, the sound is Soundgarden, like, the singing is Soundgarden, but the song and lyrics are Soundgarden, but the musical tastes are Pearl Jam, especially early Pearl Jam. So Temple of the Dog is pretty much like a tribute to two massively big fires in the grunge era, and it's lovely to see. Money Talks. What is this? Also massively into crossover. You see, that's kind of the thrash that I pretty much like. When thrash isn't just thrash, it's attacking something from a different direction, you know? Like, I don't know, I don't like thrash metal on its own. To me, it feels kind of naked to me. Like, I need thrash combined with something else. Also massively into crossover. Are you talking about crossover crossover like supergroup or a collaboration, Audioslave was a weird combo. I think it does seem like an odd combo. It like looking back, like 3/4 of Rage Against the Machine with somebody from Soundgarden. That seems like an odd combo, but the music was just good. But my personal favorite combo is this is probably my personal favorite combo. Just this was my album for like 2 years straight. Like I absolutely love this album. It has Dave Grohl on drums and vocals, John Paul Jones on bass, and Josh Homme from on guitar. Like yeah, this album was pretty much like my two. It was number one for me for 2 years, and I absolutely love it. I still do love it. Like according to like YouTube, like Gen X, millennials, and Gen Z love this. Like this is an album for 3 generations. How was that because of this album I got into Led Zeppelin. You could thank this album for getting me into Led Zeppelin. Like before this album I was pretty much into Foo Fighters, but then it's because like, oh my god, I gotta hear this, you know? Like, but yeah, I don't have many super groups that I have. Well, with the exception of Gnarls Barkley. Gnarls Barkley counts as a super group because it's pretty much CeeLo Green who's singing and Danger Mouse who's producing. I really wish they would make a third album, and yes, I know CeeLo Green is kind of an a-hole and he's icky, but I was hoping for a third album because these 2 albums are absolutely great, and they are so much better than Crazy. Because everybody's like, Crazy is like their best song. It's like, you haven't listened to anything else. Listen to Go Go Gadget Gospel, Smiling Faces, The Boogeyman, Just a Thought, Saint Elsewhere, and also from here it's like Charity Case, Going On, Would Be Killer, Run, Blind Mary, like She Knows. These albums are absolutely bangers, and I really wish they would actually like, because from what I understand they were working on a third album during COVID, but I just want that third album. I just want it because my boyfriend and I talk about both albums a few times back when we first met, you know, and like, oh my god, you know, like I do like that song, and it's by Cryptic Slaughter. I think Cryptic Slaughter. Yeah, Cryptic Slaughter. I hope that's the band. Yeah, it's the band. The band's called Cryptic Slaughter, and they're a crossover thrash band. So crossover thrash metal, hardcore punk. Yeah, like I genuinely like it when thrash metal is attacking from somewhere, you know? And they're from California. Okay. And they were known as a low life. I need to have thrash have a left-leaning socialist vibe. That's fair. Like for me, yeah, I just need thrash not to be naked. It's pretty much like saying I like pop punk, but I need pop punk to actually be a little bit more than what I'm hearing, you know? Like there is a reason as to why where are you? Where the hell are you? I'm guessing you're here. Like there's a good reason as to why I don't listen to Dookie that much. Like Green Day's Dookie, because it's good, but it's missing something. Like this, I understand this is good because it's bare bones Green Day. Like, it's pop punk, 90s pop punk, but it doesn't have anything to add on to. You know? Like, I need something. Like, I need an extra spice in terms of pop punk. You know? Like, I need something to, like, be added onto. And, that's pretty much why I like That's why I like Nimrod, because it's pop punk, but it also has because it also has something in it. You know, it has something to it. It actually has like it not only has pop punk, but it actually attacks different genres. You know, and like yeah, I love when it actually attacks different genres in a way. You know, hell, the reason why like my personal favorite album is by Green Day is Warning, and that's because it is so not pop punk. There is pop punk elements. Like my personal favorite pop album from my favorite song from this is Misery because it sounds like My Chemical Romance before they even existed. Dookie is a great album. It absolutely is great, but it feels empty compared. Here's the thing, and I'm gonna be honest. Dookie is an absolute banger of an album. It absolutely is. Don't get me wrong. You bought the album because when you was a kid in the 90s because the album art. I mean, it is what you expect. Like, look at it. Just look at it. And I'm one of the few people who actually have the album with Ernie on it. Because apparently at some point, at some point they actually airbrushed it out. So apparently I got this for like $5 at an HMV. It only cost $5, and it's like $8. I feel like I practically stole it. It was $8. So this isn't a reissue. This is actual 1994. I got this like a few years ago. Hence the non-airbrushed Ernie. Zentrex, for whose advantage totally takes apart British colonism. That's fair. But it's not so much the lyrics, it's more like the sound. Like, I can't just do pop punk. I really need something. I really need pop punk to attack something like for example, hold on a minute. I'll show you an album that is pop punk, but it's attacking from something. Where are you? Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Hold on. Where are you? You're here. Okay, here we go. This is Blink-182's 2003 self-titled album. There is pop punk everywhere on this. Oh god, I forgot I have this. And it's messed up. So this is a pop punk album, but there are so many other elements that actually make it not pop punk. Like, there's hardcore, there's actual instrumentation, there's hip hop, you know? There's actual punk. Like, this is a pop punk album, but this is heavy. Like, if you listen to something like What's My Name Again, and then you listen to a song like Obvious, it's like night and day. Like, this is the type of pop punk that I absolutely like. I barely take this case out. Not the album. The album is in my CD collection, in my CD case, but my god, this is one of the few albums I bought on the internet, but good god. Hard-hitting lyrics, definitely my vibes. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Sometimes I just listen to the music, and it's not until later on that I'll listen to the lyrics or read the lyrics. But yeah, I genuinely am one of those people who just Now, don't get me wrong. I like stupid stuff too. Yeah, this is AC/DC. This is the only AC/DC album I have, because if anybody who's into rock likes rock, they're gonna get this album. Say what you will about AC/DC, but Back in Black still goes hard. Yeah, when I bought this album, I absolutely loved listening to this while I was playing, Battlefront. or something. But yeah, I don't listen to it as much is because it doesn't give me much of anything anymore. Like, um, I blame myself. So do I. I'm kidding. Um, yeah, but for me, I'm one of those like, yeah, I'm one of those people who genuinely likes the lyrical content, but I want to, I absolutely like all this music that I have is inspired me to like make my own thing, you know? Um like I want to make music with other people due to the fact that I want to actually just get kindred spirits, make some music with other people. And it wasn't until Twitch when I realized that I absolutely can relate to other people. More used to Bon Scott, they got stale. They did get kind of stale. They did kind of sound samey, but they did have their moments outside of Back in Black. Like, Bon Scott like the Bon Scott era was a lot more diverse than I thought it was. Because it sounded it sounded like hard rock, but it was raw. Like, the Bon Scott era of AC/DC sounded so much more wrong and no, I mean raw and punk. Like the first AC/DC song I ever heard was TNT, and it was when I played older games back in the day. When I heard the song Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, and I was like, oh, this absolutely is really really good. Um, but Brian, like Johnson, the other guy, he's fine. It's just that they stuck with their signature sound, and it's just, I mean, AC/DC has their moments after, like during the Johnson era. The problem is that they absolutely sound similar, and people used to give Nickelback so much crap for actually sounding the same, when in reality they only like listen to the same 3 songs, and 3 songs out of what, like 7 or 8 albums in their discography, they absolutely assumed that all Nickelback songs sound the same. And it's like, okay, have you heard? So what about Photograph? Does that sound like anything that they did before or after? They did a disco song. Did that sound the same before or after? You know? And some people, even 10 years ago, there's a video out there where Nickelback didn't want their concert televised, which is fine, it's whatever. And then some people are like, well, they suck anyway. They absolutely suck for not getting their concert televised. And it's like, okay, so you don't like them because so you don't like them anyway. So either way, so what happens if they will like televise their event or their show? You're gonna say, that's it for Canada, we're done. It's like, they suck so hard, they shouldn't be on TV. So they're just gonna complain no matter what. So those people who complain like that are the same people who complain that Nickelback doesn't want their show to be televised. So they're just haters no matter what, you know? I was playing the band called Lagwagon last night, one of my favorite punk thrash bands that have been around for years. Okay, nice. Um, that absolutely sounds, felt more, yeah, it did felt like, early AC/DC absolutely felt dangerous. No, not Photograph, rather Carly Rae Jepsen. Yeah, I mean, yeah. I'm just genuinely tired of people just saying, but Nickelback sucks because all their songs sound the same. It's like, no, they don't. Not all Nickelback songs sound the same. You genuinely just don't like them. Let me see. Let me see what I can find here. Vanilla Sky. Let me see. I'm just gonna see what they have here. Speaking of Lagwagon, let's see what they have. you see, that's pretty much kind of the kind of punk that I like. Um, like I do like punk rock on its own, but like I sometimes I like punk rock on its own because the Ramones did it. Would love to do some punk stuff like this. Like same, you know? Like honestly I do have um I mean I do have some punk, but I genuinely yeah, I do I no I can play um no, I can play punk bass. I don't know if I have any on standby here. Um, wait, I did play some punk. God, I did play punk when I used to do music streams. It's a problem with 70s years of high quality recording. Hard to devote time to listening to expanding musical taste. So much to try. Yeah, like, there is so much to try, but that's the best part, you know? You'll always find something, and then something else, and then something else. Like, look, if it wasn't for like podcasts or whatever, I would not have gotten into like Billy Talent as much as I did, or really Alice in Chains. Wait, yeah, I got into Alice in Chains because of a podcast. Like that's the beauty of it, and I just need something to listen to in terms of like getting into like again, ongoing history of new music. The reason as to why I got into Alice in Chains is because he was the host Alan Cross was talking about 100 most shocking things in rock. One of them was Lane Staley's death. And that's how I found out about Alice in Chains. Because of the tragic circumstances of the lead singer. And and the first song I ever heard was Them Bones. And that song terrified me. Like, I listened to, like, Nirvana and Pearl Jam and Soundgarden, which they scared me to different degrees. Not much Pearl Jam, although the Jeremy video scared the piss out of me, but not the song itself. But listening to Them Bones by Alice in Chains for the first time, my stomach hurt so much I thought I was going to have to go to the washroom and vomit. Because it was not a sound that I never heard in my life, and I thought I was having a panic attack. And then when the song ended, I was like, okay, let's listen to it again. Like, I remember I was at school, I was on my computer, I was listening to the podcast, and then I was, like, reading up Lane Staley's death while the song Them Bones was going on, and I'm like, oh, God, this is amazing. But yeah, that's pretty much how I was. Yeah, it's hard to devote time to listening to music, but the thing about it is, just because you can't listen to everything doesn't mean that somebody else can't come into your life and get you to listen to something, you know? Like honestly, I kind of got Helia into some people like Alice in Chains and, what was it? Alice in Chains, The Exploding Hearts, and, Mother Love Bone to an extent. And, like, you know, like, honestly, on her stream, she got me into this. I think it was her stream. No, it definitely was on her stream because of Ruby. Like, listening to one song from this album, and I was like, the song was called Nylon Nights, and I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get that song immediately. That album immediately. And this is one of the albums that I know I couldn't get in store, so I ended up getting it online. And my God, like my favorite song from this album is Fuck Then Die. Oh my God. Like, this is the metal, this is pretty much the kind of metal that I absolutely like. The band is called Sanja, and the album is called Loud Arrival, and it came out in 2002, I think. And oh my God, this album just went hard for me. You know, like, this album just went so hard for me. Like, it was just like, like, I used to, like, before my last job, I used to listen to Nylon Nights so much. Like, Nylon Nights, When the Candle Burns Low, F Then Die. I'm like, oh my god, this goes so hard. Like, this absolutely goes so hard. I should probably put it here just in case I want to listen to it like after the stream. Like, in front of me, I have Alice in Chains' Facelift and Alice in Chains' Jar of Flies. But yeah, just like hearing so much music in terms of like streams, it's like this is absolutely incredible, you know? You might like Surfball. Oh, you sent me something. Hold on, let me hear. Like, this looks like 1980s, but this was is a 2018 band. Holy Mother of God. Gihana, Gihananu. Gihananu, how are you? Thank you for the follow. Let me introduce myself. I'm Kiara Strings. I'm a trans woman, and this is the early stream where we just talk about stuff, you know? No games, just talk, you know? But how are you? And welcome on in. Yeah, Surfbot does look good. Like how like hold on, let me check something here. Surfbot. Okay, they're an American punk band that was formed in 2015. Okay, I thought they were a lot older than that. Um Yeah, I thought they were a lot older than that. And you've been to one of their gigs? Nice. And it is good stuff. Upbeat music with dark lyrics, kind of my thing. Oh, that's called lyrical dissonance. Yeah, that's pretty much lyrical dissonance. Played them. You get that a lot. There's a lot in terms of like music where there is like musical dissonance, like lyrical dissonance. Like for example, like "Living on a Prayer" by Bon Jovi. It's absolutely very very uplifting musically, but it's pretty much about like working class struggle, and it's about a couple that is willing to give it their best shot, but they know it's not a guarantee, and it doesn't make a difference if we make it or not. we've got each other and that's a lot, you know? And also like Castles Made of Sand, which is pretty much like a lively music. It's lively music, but it's pretty much about a collection of separate stories about failure. Like it's about an abusive boyfriend, a promising young man who dies in a war, and a crippled girl who takes her own life by drowning. And also, Jimi Hendrix's cover of "Hey Joe" is pretty much about. It's a chill song, but it's pretty much about a guy who kills his cheating girlfriend and flees to Mexico. You know, um, yeah, like lyrical dissonance is still a thing. It always has been a thing. Try this cover song "Where I'm From" featuring DMK Costa. I don't know what that is. Sorry. I'm doing okay. This was supposed to be a short stream, but you know, it ended up not being a short stream. It ended up being very much longer than I should. This is only supposed to be a 90-minute stream, and it went on for about an hour and 13 minutes. So much good music in the 2010s. There is a fair share of good music in the 2010s. It's just that I'm so far in the 90s. Like again, Sanja, one of my personal favorites from the 2020s, I think. And Surfbot came out in 2015. Like, holy mother. Queen Bohemian Rhapsody. Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, yeah, that song absolutely is another case, you know? Um, yeah, Bohemian Rhapsody is pretty much about like for some reason just murdering his old Freddie's old self and like disappointing his mother and the reference of having it thrown all away. Um like um my god, like that song is a little bit more depressing than people realize. They all just say like Mamma Mia, and all that, you know? Talking Queen, check the best. Talking Queen, check the best from ends. Queen, check the best. What? I'm not sure what that is. Talking Queen? Oh, Talking Queen. I'm sorry, I don't know. Um, yeah, I have no idea. Um, yeah, it's pretty much like, for me, I have no idea sometimes. Um, oh, and Surfbot's currently heading on a US tour and beginning a headlining European tour in May. Wait a minute, it's May right now. And they only came out with 2 albums? Okay. Alright. Um, but yeah, that video you sent me played, the Surfbot video. Oh my god, that looked like it was from the 1980s. Because of the lighting, it did look like the 1980s. Um, but yeah, like holy crap. Um, the Beths. Okay. I can feel the early 2000s, like the early 2010s meets the 2000s. Like I can feel all of that, you know? This is gonna mess up, this is gonna somehow mess up my algorithm. But thank you for that. I gotta look up this band right now, the Beths. Like, I'm guessing they're from like the 2000s or so. They're from 2014, Holy Mother of God. Okay, so they're indie rock, indie pop, and power pop. Alright. Huh. Let me see. Probably the best overall sound I heard live. That's fair. I completely get it. Yeah, I absolutely get it. Like, I never really knew, you know? I'm just surprised of how, like, it does sound like a lot of indie bands are absolutely use the higher chord or like the high key instrumentation. Like a lot of indie bands use the high key or like high key. But it just makes their lyrical sound so the lyrics just so much more jarring in terms of, you know, in terms of like sound. In lyrics, not sound, lyrics, but for me, I don't like there are some like I don't know, like for me, I'm the person who just needs something a little bit more salty, like in terms of sound, because higher keys are not. I don't know how to do high key music properly without it become like negative. Um, like Algo sent me there. Gotcha. Like algorithm is gonna totally mess up my YouTube videos, which is pretty much like nothing but idiotic YouTube poops and video essays. Um, God, YouTube poops are just like. Hold on, there's even something else here.
And I recently found out that one of the best definitions of anxiety I've ever heard is the imagined belief that I will be unable to handle whatever it is I imagine happening. We'll see what happens. I'll handle it. I'm okay. We'll see what happens. I'll handle it. I'm okay.
I have the feeling that somebody's gonna actually clip that and make it into like their own mantra. Sorry, that was the voice actor from Invader Zim helping with an anxiety thing. Yeah, it's like Holy Mother of God, you know? Sorry, like we're gonna have to wrap up soon because this stream is gonna be twice as long as usual. Let the algo do its thing. No point letting Twitch do its thing like YouTube. YouTube, honestly, in terms of that, like, I'll be honest and say in terms of Twitch and YouTube, I've become having a bad habit with like, if I see somebody giving me an exact like some sort of dysphoria, I just say not interested in. Like I saw this amazing girl or woman, like a woman who absolutely looks amazing, and she was playing guitar really well, and I'm like, maybe I should not be like, I don't know, I'm envious about the fact that she looks amazing and she plays guitar so well. And then I said not interested. So that's pretty much on me. And that doesn't only happen to trans women, but like anybody who plays guitar really well. And I'm like, maybe I should just say not interested because I don't want to compare myself to anybody else. I'm trying not to. I'm absolutely trying not to. It just so happens that my head is just like, yeah, you can't help it, you know? I can't help it sometimes, but Then again, I keep having to tell myself, I have to tell myself, I'm absolutely better off, like, the the person who I was when I started playing bass guitar is going to be semi envious of the person who of me right now, just playing bass guitar and playing either fast or making actual songs, you know? And having some sort of decent style in terms of things, you know? Um, it's amazing for music. It absolutely is. Like, if something is hitting me, I will get a lot. I will get into it a lot, you know? In terms of music. Like, again, when I started out on bass, I wanted to play ska music, and now I want to play something like metal, like something from like the 80s or 90s, you know? And now I know somebody who absolutely wants to collaborate, and then we're going to collaborate on other things. I don't know, because like honestly, I never actually had anybody who wanted to collaborate. Like, I wanted to collaborate, I just didn't know with who or anyone I could trust, and now I can because I have so many. Like, look at this. I have so many bass. Ew. I have so many bass lines here that I have yet to. I have like. Actually, I have bass. No, wait. I actually do have bass lines that have been untouched. You know, I actually like. Here's the thing. Like, the first thing I actually want to make collaborate with other people is my Eden Knights tribute. Like, like I said before, I made an entire song on bass inspired by her, like after what she went through, and I wanted to like collaborate with other people because again, it was inspired by 90s grunge, you know? It's like really really slow, and like I know there are going to be people who actually like want to also get into it because it's pretty much like I made that out of mourning and sadness, like genuine mourning and sadness, and I want to collaborate with people who can absolutely handle that, you know? Again, 90s grunge, and like, yeah, you know, like Helia said that she wants to like do something like punk heavy, and I actually do have a fair share. Like, I have a couple of tracks that are punk heavy. Um, yeah, I have a few punk tracks that are very heavy. Okay. Oh my god, I do have. I just have to like look back at my what's it called? I actually have to look back at my music footage and actually get reacquainted with them. Like the longest song I ever played on stream was about 8 minutes. Um, yeah, I wanna actually make that a full thing. Um, yeah, I just want to make that a full thing for somehow, in some ways, you know? And maybe and I will do it. I want to do it. 2013 grunge is more my jam. I'm going to, like, hopefully I will get into 2010s grunge. Just right now, I just am in the space. In terms of the 2010s music, I'm pretty much more into, um, what was I into in 2010, in the 2010s? Oh man, I have a few, but not much. Okay, I don't really have many albums from the 2010s or 2010s artists. Only ones I have are Sanja, and probably that's all there is. Like everybody else from the 2010s, the albums I have are probably from like established artists from years by. Um, yeah, that's probably it. Like 2010 grunge, you would think I would get into a lot. Um, like I actually had grungy outfits. Like I had like a black hi commie scum, how are you? Welcome on in. It's been a hot minute. How are you? It's your first time in a long time here, so let me explain a few things. Yes, everything's completely different because I moved in with my boyfriend last November. And the reason why I didn't stream is because I had dysphoria and depression and I didn't want to be in front of a camera. And it wasn't until like late last month when my boyfriend made me promise to stream every day for the month of May. Hence why I'm here. But how are you, commie scum? It's been a long while. Daily, dilly dally, Charlie Bus, Dude York, and Bully My Faves. Okay, let me check. I'm gonna check some of these out. Like, I'm genuinely still in. I'm still ticked off about my boyfriend just like taking my, just straight up taking my, my jacket. He straight up took my jacket just so he can smell like a dog that his sister had can smell it. The last year has been rough. I'm doing my best. As long as you're doing your best, you're not alone. You know, you're absolutely not alone. And I went over 3 hours. Okay, like you are not alone in terms of like doing anything. You know. don't be sorry about like going all algo and going on tangents. Have you seen the stream? Like, have you seen the stream? I go on tangents a lot. Okay? It's totally fine. You don't have to apologize. Um, I laughed when your dog died. Whoops. Um, but like, don't apologize for going on tangents. That's totally fine. Oh, like one of the reasons as to why I wanted to like make music with people is because I don't know if any of you have heard of the James Rolfe band. What was it called? What was that James Rolfe band? Oh, I forgot. What was that James Rolfe band? I forgot. Um, Rex Viper. That's what it is. Rex Viper. And I heard some of their music, and I'm like, I know this is pretty much like old of me and very petty of me, and I understand that they absolutely are having fun with making music, but there's a difference between having fun making music and and you can have fun making music, but you also have to work hard at making like it listenable. And Rex Viper is like I'm like I can make better music than this. You know, that's pretty much how I was. I was like, yeah, I can make better music. Like, I can probably make better music than this with other people. Because they're just. Isn't he? Yeah, he's the angry video game nerd, and he plays guitar in a band called Rex Viper. And their music. They sound not great, if I'm going to be perfectly honest. Like, they're not meant to be taken seriously, but neither is Ninja Sex Party, and they sound amazing. Like, that's the thing. Like, there's a clear difference between Rex Viper and Ninja Sex Party. Like, Ninja Sex Party actually comes from a background of comedy and music. You know, with all the dick jokes and all the sex jokes, they are absolutely competent musicians. Like, lately, even Ninja Sex Party actually broke away from parodies and comedies just to like showcase their own style, which is absolutely amazing, you know? And with Rex Viper, it's like, okay, even if they try to take it seriously, like their music can't really back it up all that much because it just doesn't sound great, you know? And like it's pretty much like dad rock. Wow, Mega Driver did that stuff with Sega. Yeah, I'll just take your word for it and say that Mega Driver is better than Rex Viper, and like I don't know, Rex Viper seems like a dad rock band or trying to be like very very like they're trying to do the dad rock thing, but it's just kind of painful, you know? Like, here's the thing. Everything new becomes dad rock. Let's just put that out there. Like, it's gonna eventually become dad rock. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, when I was a teenager, I was listening to stuff from the 70s. So, yeah, I've been listening to dad rock for a while. Like a long while I've been listening to like dad rock. I've been listening to music that has been like 30 years older than me. Like when I was a small kid, I was listening to music from the 50s and 60s. Not by my parents' volition, but I listened to it on the radio. Like there's a radio station called 1050 Chum, and they used to play the Blue Jays game, and then they go back to like oldie stuff from the 50s and 60s. That's why I ended up being like one of those people who was like three decades behind. I've always been 3 decades behind in terms of music. Like when I was in high school, I listened to the current music, but I was listening to like Pearl Jam and Nirvana. So yeah, I was decades behind on what everybody else was doing. Like again, listen to My Chemical Romance and yet listen to AC/DC. So I wouldn't know that. But I know for a fact that if you're competent in terms of music, the music will sound great. And Rex Viper doesn't really sound great. Like, they sound like a dad rock band in the worst possible way. As long as you're not listening to parents' music. I don't really. I don't listen. Here's the thing. When you're a kid, you listen to, like, when you're a kid and you don't have a scope of what you want to listen to, you listen to the stuff that your parents will listen to. Like, again, when I was growing up, I was listening to Whitney Houston and Michael Jackson. You know, I didn't have my sense of music back then. And the only rock music I listened to was I Want to Be Sedated, because I would listen to a radio show in my mom's bedroom, and every radio show actually started with I Want to Be Sedated. And it wasn't until years later that I found out that it was by the Ramones. But yeah, like, but then you grow out of it because you end up listening to the radio. Runaways Never Dates. Is that an album? Like, I was wondering if that's an album, but I don't think it was. Um, but it wasn't until I listened to, like, the radio or watched music shows that I was like, okay, I could find my own identity, you know? Um, like, I don't want to do grunge music really all that much, but I do want to, like, make my own type of thing with other people. You know, like something like a throwback, like how the Exploding Hearts were a 2000s band, a 2000s punk band, but they also had a tinge of the 70s rock in them. Oh, they're a band. Okay, hold on, let me check something. Are you talking about the Runaways? Because I don't see anything about Runaways Never Dates. Yeah, I don't see anything about Runaways Never Dates. Just the Runaways. Yeah, but, and to me, I'm one of those people who just wants to listen to her own type of music, you know? Like whatever is clicking with me, you know? And Rex Viper is pretty much like a dad band trying to... That's the thing. There's a difference between a dad band, and they're good, and a dad band, but they're trying so hard to be cool. And Rex Viper is trying so hard to be cool. Like, it's kind of like... I even watched a live performance of them on YouTube, and it's like... They're still not working. They still haven't worked out the kinks. They did 70s female punk. Okay, so Riot Girl? Okay, so along the lines of Riot Girl? I'm not sure. I think. Female punk. I want to be part of female punk. I really do, but like I so want to be part of a punk band, or like something that blends glam and grunge. But I need to listen to a little bit more glam, because I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of glam. But the reason is because I don't like the over-the-top spectacle sometimes. Like, yeah, I don't like the over-the-top spectacle. Like, the reason predated Sex Pistols. Okay, that's fair. I mean, that's absolutely fair. Black and blue. Black and blue. Oh man. Like pre-Sex Pistols. I mean, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. No, that's not it. What the hell? Where the hell did it go? I've been looking for this album for so long. Like, never, the only studio album by the Sex Pistols. And I gotta say, I'm kind of sort of disappointed. Like, I thought this was gonna, like, this is pretty much like what would happen if I hated Green Day's Dookie. Like, I thought this was gonna be like a punk rock classic, but it's okay. I can see why there are so many people who look up to this album, but it's okay, and that's all I can say because it's not much. You know, there's not much here. It's like it's from 1977, but you know, there's nothing much in there. So I'm hoping that, like, the only reason I'm saying this out loud is because Sex Pistols played them. I think you sent me the same clip again. Ah, crumbs. Okay, we're 17 minutes over. There we go. Yeah, like Runaways. Like, I know who the Runaways are. I absolutely know who they are. Like, Joan Jett. Like, I know them. I genuinely thought when you said Runaways Never Dates, I thought that was a band. I knew, because I was saying the Runaways. I know the Runaways, but I never heard of a band called Runaways Never Dates. And like, and I was just looking them up. I'm like, you're talking about the Runaways, right? I was like, you're talking about the Runaways, and nobody actually mentioned anything at all. Oh, and they made 4 albums in 4 years. How? Okay. Um, yeah, like first album was Fire. Like I think that's like the only song I know by them in terms of charting singles. Like Cherry Bomb was like their highest. Um, but yeah, like I'm like, God, I want to be in like a band like that. You know, I want to be like in a band. You know, like I want to like a part of me is like I want to wear those clothes. You know, I was like, I want to wear the clothes that they have, and I'm like, I don't look great. um, but that's just me. But you know, I know the Runaways are absolute punk classics with girl power. You know, um, like I genuinely want to like be in a band that is absolutely amazing and you know I mean, that's just me. That's just me trying to figure myself out. And the Runaways are absolute classics in terms of like punk rock. I want to do it. Like, I do want to do it, but sometimes I don't feel like I'm great at it, you know? But that's just me. Like, I'm trying to get myself out of that idiotic sense, you know? I'm trying to get myself out of, my own head. It sucks that sometimes I can't, but I'm trying. I'm genuinely trying to get out of it. But that's just me, and hopefully I can do okay in terms of certain things, you know? Like in terms of certain things. I hope, like, fingers crossed, I hope that I can do it. Um, I don't know. I'm not looking for like doing music full time because I don't know how I'm going to be able to do that. Um, but the reason why I want to be in a group is so I can actually have a signature sound that I can bring or see everybody else's signature sound, and I'm like, I want to complement their playing. Um, yeah, I want to complement their own playing. I'll try to just own it. It's just that there's a reason why I'm wearing my dysphoria hoodie, so nobody would actually have to see me right now. Um, because I'm not all there. I'm genuinely surprised that I've actually had my hoodie on for this long. Um, yeah, I'm genuinely surprised about that. Uh, but yeah, like I'm trying, thanks to therapy. Yeah, thanks to therapy, I'm trying to, yeah, I'm trying to get over this dysphoria and stuff. I don't know. I'll make some lyrics about it. I don't know. Like, I'll probably make some. No, I'm not a lyricist. You've all heard me. You've all like heard me read my lyrics from high school, which even at least in high school I had some self awareness. Like when I was in high school, I was an emo kid. I was a depressed kid who wrote. But even then, I was like, I'm probably not going to. There's a good chance I'm not going to get into this, but I'm just thinking about now. In the future, I'm probably not going to relate to this, but I'm just thinking now. You know? Um, but yeah, like, everybody, like, a lot of people, like, the first time I ever saw a band live was in elementary school, and it was my classmates just, like, playing, and I didn't know what to think because I was like, I didn't really get into rock. I was still into hip hop. Do it. Don't think too much about it. Well, that's the thing. I think too much, and like, it does depend. It absolutely does depend on stuff. Maybe one day. Maybe one day I will I will play music for everybody again. Um, yeah, like one day I will probably make music. Oh man, I really want to, but again, I need since I live in an apartment, I can't really. I mean, unless I bring my amp over a little bit, and then you can all hear it. But I don't like. Yeah, there's a good chance I might be able to do that. I just have to put my amp to here. I actually have to put my amp here instead. I have to put my amp a little bit further away. Oh God, I genuinely don't like how that is. Your brain's biggest barrier. Well, yeah, of course it is. Like, it's causing me to be depressed. It's causing me to have dysphoria. And yeah, there's a reason why I don't actually look in the mirror all that often because I don't like what I see, even though it's helping my H, HRT is helping. I thought HRT would actually make me less angry. It has. It just made me more sad. Which I'll be honest, that actually is a plus. That's kind of a plus. Like it makes me sad, but at least I'm not angry anymore. Let me try something before I go. Let me see something. Let me see. Okay, I'm pretty sure I know what I did. You feeling emotions, big positive. I did feel. Here's the thing. I felt anger, but pre HRT, I felt anger. Now I'm pretty much like not angry but sad. So I've always had big emotions. It's just that new emotions have pretty much locked, not locked, but unlocked, and I'm like, "Meow," or something. I don't know, but I'm like, "Meow." Okay, I actually have to listen to like the track. Angry, not an emotion. Well, okay, it's a feeling. I guess it's a feeling. And also, I actually have to cut my fingernails. Like, I absolutely have to cut my fingernails. So at the very least, at the very least, yeah, at the very least, what's the word I'm looking for? At the very least, something would actually be okay, you know? Like, at least I can do something, you know? But we're gonna have to wrap it up because I really have to go. I've been streaming for almost 3.5 hours, so I really need to go. Like, again, I hope that I can be okay in terms of like making music and all that. But yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. Honestly, like I'm like the last three things I made were out of anger and spite over somebody who said I can't make music on bass. Um, and I really hope. But feel free to reach out in there. Thank you. Um, honestly, I absolutely just kind of want to spit in the person who said I can't make music on bass's face. Just to say I can do it because you're such a dickhole. I'm not saying I don't want to make music with other people out of spite. I'm just saying I'm not making myself look good, am I? Yeah, I'm not making myself look good. But we have to wrap it up because I was only supposed to be gone for like 90 minutes and then it just sort of happened. So thank you PMMC for the follow. Thank you Gihanahunu, Gihanan, Gihananu for the follow. Thank you. We're going to rate somebody completely different. We are going to raid Fallen Doll. So everybody, thank you all for coming. Thank you, Playdom. I'm okay at best. Thank you for all for coming by. I hope to see you again tomorrow because I have to stream tomorrow because there was a promise. But until tomorrow, I'm Kiara Strings. I am a trans woman, and this is the early stream. Thank you and have a good one. Thank you all for coming by. Yeah, thank you all for coming by. I'm hoping that I hope